It's not something that I walk around in the street, using all the time. Like, did you see the Lakers game last night? Allahu Akbar.
We recite Allahu Akbar 85 times a day in our daily prayer. When I see beautiful thing, when I see a beautiful sunset, Allahu Akbar, who can create that?
We look at something like if there's a big rain and storm and then all of a sudden the sun shines, we say Allahu Akbar.
We use it to, when we hear a good news, like somebody, got married, oh, Allahu Akbar, great. And when you hear somebody die, oh, Allahu Akbar, oh, I feel so bad for you.
Allahu Akbar simply means God is greater.
Allah is so great. Allah is merciful. Allah is everything for me. It's my heart and my soul belong to Allah.
When I find humanity working for people in Haiti or in Katrina and other places where human beings were suffering as a result of certain natural disasters, those are the occasions to say God is great because God has given us the opportunity to serve those people and to identify with those people.
If we go back to the original meaning of it, the term was used in two ways. One is to call for the prayer, and one is to start the prayer. And both of them are acts of worshiping God.
It's perhaps the most defining term in Islam, which reminds those who use this term that they would give up their egos, that they would not use their political, cultural, social, ethnic, and geographic interests to promote their own ideas.
One phrase itself doesn't explain the whole heart of Islam. Islam does not teach people and tell people to go and kill.
At the end of the day, it's a word. The reality is it's a public word that anybody can utter, and I think it would be somewhat perhaps juvenile, to use a strong word, on the part of Muslims and non-Muslims to think that somehow it can be governed once it's let loose in the public space.
And when terrorists use this Allahu Akbar to serve their political nefarious interests, they are in fact hijacking this term. They are hijacking religion. They are hijacking God.
If you look at the Paris attacks, what's really interesting is that these people that perpetuated, they didn't attend mosques, they drank, they did not really lead a life that was even in some kind of fringe way really being Muslim.
Wow, you're defeating the message of the Quran. If you're reading the same book that I'm reading, which I feel like, I don't think we're reading the same book.
Anytime you see a movie that remotely has anything to do with Muslims or the Middle East, as if everybody in the Middle East is Muslim, there's two things you always hear: the call to prayer constantly and Allahu Akbar. People don't really talk like that.
The media has become a vehicle for religious extremism because the lens of extremism is what dominates the definition of religion. ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram want nothing more than us here in the West to believe that Islam has no place in the West.
ISIS and Al-Qaeda are the new names, but this has been used throughout our history by Muslims, by Christians, by Jews, by Hindus, by atheists, by many other religious communities and religious groups. They have used the name of God to inflict maximum harm against innocent people to promote their own political ideas.
We have to achieve political integration so that we are countering the hatred from people like Donald Trump that wants to see more waterboarding, more surveillance, national registration. Those are fascist ideas. We defeated fascism after World War II. Japanese Americans suffered from internment camp. American Jews suffered from anti-Semitism. Now Muslims are basically filling the same shoes.
Every incident as Muslim, we're worried, like, I hope this is not performed by any Muslim. I always tell my son it's going to be a backlash in the community. And his answer, 14-year-old son will say, just try to be good, Mom, just be good, be a good person.
After 9/11, there's constant harassment.
And my hijab, I have to do the adjustment also because I don't want people to attack me
Allahu akbar, Allahu akbar, Allahu akbar. There's a little prayer that Muslims sometimes say when they travel. Now I have to worry that if the person sitting next to me, hears this under my breath, that now all of a sudden we got to turn the plane around and land, or everybody's going to freak out.
So I took a blank paper with no lines, white, and I put a small dot, and then I turned the page and I said to her, "What do you see?" She said, "I see a black dot." And I said, "How interesting. The huge page, the space is much bigger than this black dot. So that black dot does not minimize the size of it, but it's how people see things. And I'm trying to make people see the white page, not the black dot."